Yay! It's another
Yay.
Friday night.
It's
Woohoo!
Friday night and it's what? Ladies' night, right?
It is ladies' night, and I have the Katy Perry song. It's
Uh-oh.
Friday night in my
Yeah.
head.
Sorry to disappoint everybody. I'm not a lady, but hey, I'll join the
Oh,
party.
you are one of us now. Sorry, I just
Oh. I don't know how to take that.
I,
Okay,
re-
but
I,
I'll
recru-
listen.
I recruited you over.
Okay, there we go. How you doing tonight, Emily?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Will?
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Awesome, good.
Yeah, ready
So
for another night.
yes, I know. And this month is probably going to go so fast because it's Ladies' Night every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have an awesome, amazing guest I'm going to introduce her in a few moments. But Will, before we start talking a little bit here, you have your awesome shirt on too tonight, Dark
Oh
Fringe
yeah,
Radio.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
what's going on with Dark Fringe?
So we updated the website. So after I was embarrassed last time with the not updated website. So we got that going. We got all the links up and ready. It looks really good. So you guys go to our website, darkfringeradio.wordpress.com. You'll enjoy over 84 episodes that
Oh
we've
my
done.
gosh.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're hoping to break 100 this year, and that's what our goal is. So yes, that's what we're looking for.
Before 2020 or
Yeah,
2020?
before 2020. Yeah, yeah,
Before 2020 is over.
exactly.
100. Can I be 100?
Yes,
Can I be 100?
yes, we should do that.
How would it be
Absolutely.
100?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
left me out off Jeffrey. I call him Epstein because it's German. It's
Oh,
German
okay.
and it's like Frankenstein. So
Uh-oh.
It's Epstein, not Epstein.
Epstein? Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You got to put that Epstein, like the
Oh,
German in
Lord.
it. But anyway, we have Jeff from Hi from Go, and we have Hey Guys from UK.
What's up, John?
John Kelly, and then we have Will says, "I love Ladies' Night. I love Ladies' Night too. Yay, Will!"
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
on here. So anybody that's watching and tuning in tonight, please share the video. And you have any questions for our guests, please ask in the chat. We will come back and look and try to ask some questions from you all too. So we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. Seeker James is on tonight too.
What's up, Seeker James?
Hi, Seeker James. Really glad to have everybody on. Kat Graham too. Hello. So thank you, Kat, from coming on. Really quickly though, last week, if you all watched our 2-year episode, Will's room was haunted.
Yeah.
And we did an after show.
We did, yeah.
So anything. Oh, the T on MPD is on. Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you?
Hi to her. Hey. So did anything happen in your room that night?
No, like nothing. I could say happened, but again, I was there for 5 days. I could not sleep properly for those 5 days. So it was just so much energy swirling around there. Not saying that it was bad energy. There was just energy there. So when there was a lot of that energy that was just swirling around, I just can't sleep because, I guess I'm part empathic in that way. And I just feel that stuff around me. Not that I can say that I can pick up on it, or decipher what they're trying to tell me, but I can feel it. And that place just had me up for like 4 or 5 days straight.
Gosh.
It was horrible. Yeah,
Goodness.
I had bags under my eyes when I came back. I looked like a hot mess. I was like messed up. I was really messed up.
I'd say so. But that place was awesome that you stayed. If anybody, where was it?
It was a Sundance Mountain Resort. It was in Provo, Utah. So it was basically up in the mountains of nowhere. And beautiful place. But you could tell that the land itself is energized with just a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like The Shining.
Yeah, I kind of like The Shining.
Up there on this mountainside by yourself.
Yeah.
But
no twins, though. No twins.
Hallelujah on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is Ladies' Night. It's Friday night. We have an amazing guest on the show. Actually, the very first time I saw one of her videos, she was did a video for I got a shirt tonight from Central Utah Paranormal, Ben Stevenson. He sent it to me in the mail. And so she did a video for them that she talked about why she's doing the paranormal, and it came up on my newsfeed on Instagram, and it just grabbed my attention. And this lady tonight is a very up and coming paranormal investigator. Like, she is super brilliant, and a lot of evidence has been put up on YouTube. She is originally from Scotland and came to California. We call it the Ghost Club from back in the day, but it's not the Ghost Club. She has the modern day Ghost Club Paranormal, and I really believe this is going to go far. And I'm super impressed to have her on the show. Thank you so much, Jade. Woo!
Yay!
For coming on the show today. So
Thanks
thank you. Yay. So it cut out there for a second. I think I heard thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm thankful for you.
Okay. Awesome. Will also says that I have your banner going across. Welcome, Jade from Ghost Club Paranormal. She is brilliant. So you have some viewers here too tonight that says, so anybody has anything for our guest, ask a question, please put it in the chat. We'll try to address it here in a few moments. And Brian Baum from Bearded Paranormal says hello too. So I don't know if you know him or not, Jade, but we have a lot of viewers tuning in, and we just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day, because you're on. I always keep saying the East Coast needs to go and meet the West Coast. So all of us folks over here that talk like I do need to come over to your all sides. So, but you are in California, correct?
I'm in California, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick question. Since last week was the major national ghost hunt week, I paid a ticket to watch live the Sarah Winchester house. Have you got to go down there or anything yet?
No, I haven't actually been there yet. I do plan on going up the area, like San Francisco kind of area pretty soon, because I have a couple of paranormal investigators who have started talking to and things like that, who I collaborate with as well. So yeah, definitely there's so many places to hit up. Usually recently I've been heading out more to Nevada area. Oh yeah, but I do need to get some more California investigations in soon for sure.
Or she needed to go out where you were, Will, in Utah.
Yeah, there was some stuff going on over there. Yeah, definitely.
In Utah? Yeah. In Utah, I went to the Seven Wives Inn in Utah. I don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I haven't. No.
That was it was really interesting. I was actually in that hotel by myself. This is when COVID just hit. And I was there, and I don't even think that they're even open right now. But basically, it was like a Mormon family that used to live there, and you had 7 wives. Each room is for each wife. And what happened there, I had a couple of things that happened there. One of them was when I was in the shower, the door opened by itself.
Wow.
Door to the room open, not like the shower door or the bathroom door, like the locked door opened by itself. And then the thing that happened was right outside the bedroom door, there was probably 10 feet cupboards in the wall. And at the very top, there were these tiny little cupboards. So nobody would be able to reach them, unless you're 7 foot tall. They were all closed, and I had to taken pictures before my investigation and stuff like that. And then afterwards, I needed to go downstairs and get some ice. And when I went downstairs, I came up, and one of the cupboards was just wide open, one of the top cupboards. And I was just like, that definitely wasn't like that. And then I looked back, and I was like, no, I knew it wasn't like that. So, those little things, but it's really cool because they give these little guest books in each room. So you can write the ghost of the wife that lives in the room.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool place. Hopefully they are open. So I would recommend that place.
The cool. 7 wives, is that what it's called? I'm going to put this in
the 7 Wives Inn.
Wives Inn. Okay.
And then who lives right next door is the Brigham Young house. So
okay.
Brigham Young. So it's actually his house is right next door to there. And I think see him now.
We have a lot of the Brigham Young over through here in Ohio. I'm going to pull this up. Is that the 7 Wives Club? Can you see that?
Yes.
Seven Wives Club. I'm saying Ghost Club.
Yeah, I'm not got my glasses on, but yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, look at that.
All the houses, like the entire street, like are just filled with houses like that. It's just a beautiful area just to go visit.
Let's see here. This one, is that the backside of that, or?
That's actually a little side house that
this goes bigger.
And the owners, they also live in that house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the owners live there too.
Yeah, so there's like 3 different little houses on the property. So there's like the main house, that was the one that I was in. They were so nicely upgraded me to like the balcony room and the balcony house and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I met the owners and they're really, really sweet. I believe that they're from California actually as well. And then they over to Utah, and young couple as well.
Well, that's really nice. So yeah, that's definitely going to be on my bucket list the next time I go out that way. So Will, next time you go out that way, because you're out there for work, make sure you tell them. Make sure you tell them that's where you want to stay.
The 7 Wives Inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Jade, really quick for all of our viewers too. I know your story. I've seen your video and everything. Can you tell everybody how you got started or why you're into the paranormal and why you investigate now?
Yeah, of course. So basically, I've been into the paranormal since I was literally a kid. I had an experience. I saw a real ghost when I was about 7 or 8 years old, I believe. So there's a whole ghost story that goes behind that. And that was back in Scotland when I lived there. I was born in Edinburgh. And so that was kind of, I knew that it wasn't a person. I kind of got a little bit really just intrigued with what it was that I saw. And then right after that, I started having weird dreams. And then, like my granddad saw like a UFO like over the house. And so everything was just kind of like happening. And that's what like really, really got me into like, just learning about the paranormal. And also I remember we, in my family's home, we used to have like this little bookcase, and there was one book that was like Haunted Scotland, and I remember like going there and like sneaking it and like reading it in like the hallway, like sure like nobody was coming upstairs, because for some reason I thought that it was like bad to know about this kind of stuff. So like I want people to know that I was like reading into the scary stuff and that, like, but yeah, it's just been an interest of mine for a really, really long time. And I've just really been pursuing these investigations over the past years. So it's kind of my goal is to hit up every state in America, since I've been living in the US since for about 8 years now, 9 years maybe. So that's my ultimate goal. Yeah, is to get a ghost club in every state.
Oh, well, if you come over here in Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, I will help you. Oh, so many. Any major haunted place over this side, I'm 2 hours from, or less, maybe. I'm in a great location. So call me, message me. We'll go on an adventure. Oh my gosh, it'll be so much fun.
With the ladies' night soundtrack in the car.
Yeah. Beyonce too in the background there. So
we got a question from John Kelly.
Oh, no, hold on. Which one is it? I think he asked a couple, didn't he? Tell me which one. Read it, Will, so I'll put it up on the screen.
He hasn't given me another one yet, I don't think. John, could you give us a question, please? I know you asked me about... Okay, yeah, he did ask about once the COVID starts to lift up a little bit more, where would be one place you would love to go investigate?
Oh, God, that's a really good question. I want to be able to kind of fly because I have South Carolina when the whole COVID thing was happening, and it was kind of like a little bit of a nightmare. I would like to investigate, kind of the quieter places, maybe somewhere like Idaho or something like that. I know that they have a couple of spooky places. I need to look more into it. But from being in the LA area, it's really difficult to kind of find, an abandoned, supposed haunted place. Like I like that kind of, what I mean? So a lot of like squatters and things like that. Over in Scotland, it was completely different. Like there was no like homeless and abandoned buildings. So you were free to just kind of like go in and investigate. And I kind of feel like, like Idaho would have like the same kind of thing, I don't know. Right now I've just been focusing on where I can drive to. Yeah, I'll definitely be traveling. And I know some people are saying like over say like New York and stuff like that.
All up there.
And Washington has like loads of really cool places.
Yeah.
Really want to
Definitely.
go. Yeah, actually, I would say, God, I don't know. It's really difficult, but I think I know more people in Washington that I would probably, go maybe collab with them or something like that.
Washington D.C. or Washington State or?
Washington State.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's
There.
there's a ton of stuff up in there, up in
Yeah.
Washington, Oregon, all that.
Oregon, yeah.
Yes, all really out the wild west is what I call it. It was wild for a reason,
Well, there's a lot of things that happened too. You had a lot of energy from the Native Americans there, and then of course, the Caucasian Americans that made their place there. They brought the Chinese over to make the railroads. I mean, there's so many cross things, of different people from different areas there, which gives, I think, a lot more energy than most.
The furthest I've driven this year was up to South Dakota. So I went up there, and that took 2 days. But I investigated the Fairmont Hotel, so that's in Deadwood. I don't know if you've ever been to Deadwood.
I stayed there in the Fairmont. I've stayed there. But the person I was with, it was on a work thing, would not let me do anything paranormal.
Come on,
man. I was like, this is the only chance we get to be in Deadwood, and we're staying at the Fairmont. And he's like, no, he wouldn't would not let me.
The owner there, Ron Russo, he's really cool. Like if you have, because I know that they have some ghost tours there and stuff like that. But if you want a real behind the scenes, try and get a hold of him. And he's, the Fairmont's been on a different, I think Ghost Adventures done an episode and an episode. So yeah, it's pretty well known, and 100% hands down that place is haunted. And he's even said to me, because it's all been renovated and stuff, there's 3 floors that are just completely empty. There's a bed on each floor, but it's not open to the public. But he was even, if you want to spend the night here one night by yourself, and I was just like, I don't know. I might have to get a couple of people to come along with me, but that place is spooky as hell, honestly.
You need to come over, have them come with you to just verify. That's what I tell people. I'm not afraid. I just need you to see what I see. That's what I tell them. I try to act like I'm all have a lot of courage and everything, but no.
Well, that's another thing as well. Is I would say just bring my cameras and that will capture something. But when I went there, I had 3 cameras and all 3 batteries drained in the very first room that we went in. All 3. A tiny bit of footage on my Instagram because I went there with my friends, and she was on one camera, I was on the other camera. When that one died, I whip another camera out, and it's just all these weird shots of it just closing down. And I'm and I turn around to Ron and I'm like, does this happen often? And he's like, oh yeah. It's just he's been living there for years. Yeah, he's been living there for years. So he's just oh yeah, all the time. Anyway, the next room. I'm should we charge the cameras? So we just, I didn't get a full investigation on camera. I do plan on going back and, just stocking up on a ton of batteries. So do visit there, you've got to make sure that you bring those extra batteries.
Absolutely. Yes, most definitely. When we've had a couple questions here about your Patreon account. So I put your link up here, patreon.com/Ghost Club Paranormal. Can you tell some people about that and how that's going and everything so far?
Yeah, so on my Patreon account, it's I like the format that it's in, because it keeps everything really simplified. So if I have a podcast that goes out, an episode on YouTube, behind the scenes photos of my investigations, it's all in one place. Because a lot of people, they don't follow me on every single platform really. And then also just on top of that, I do create bonus videos. I usually do videos in my home and stuff. So it's not outside investigations, but I also upload bloopers to that area, little behind the scenes, stuff like that. So yeah, it's basically just little bits of extra content. Sometimes I'll upload an EVP and can ask you what do you think this sounds like? So it's just a little bit more personal, and obviously all proceeds go to the paranormal research, like what I do when I do a next investigation, that the money from Patreon goes over to that. So yeah,
That's
it's a good
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is her Patreon account, you all. And I'll put it back up here in a few minutes again, but it's patreon.com/Ghost Club Paranormal. So please go over there and be a patron and support Ladies Night tonight too with Jade. So yes, please. Thank you, everybody. And also please share this video and things. It helps our guests. It helps the show, helps Paranormal Warehouse, helps everybody. And it is 31 days of paranormal appreciation. So we appreciate you all for viewing and watching. We appreciate everybody that puts in all the hard work and showing us and new ways of investigating. And we're going to talk about a way here in a little bit. I'm going to make sure see if Will has a follow-up question because I talk a lot.
Well, there was one question real quick from Seeger James that I wanted to interrupt and just kind of
go ahead.
Get Jade's opinion on this. And this is a question that, a lot of paranormal investigators are kind of
I think I know it.
Yeah, split on, but it's regarding demons. And do you think that you encounter a lot more demons than what people will actually maybe claim to? Because to me, in my personal opinion, that could be easily blamed on a ghost or paranormal activity. But what's your take on it? I mean, what's your feeling?
So, I mean, it sounds kind of weird to say, yeah, I've had a few run-ins with some demons before, but it is true. Last year, I had some really crazy, horrible demonic activity happening in my house. I actually had a Catholic priest to come out a couple of days after. Like, I'm talking like knockings on walls and ceilings and these horrible, horrible dreams that I was having. That to me really did feel demonic. Like, my phone was going off and like talking, saying like, show me the bad. And like, it was insane, like really crazy activity. So yes, I've had a run-in with one before. But then another, the last investigation that I just went on was at Hell's Gate. The person who I was investigating with, the other investigator, Michael, he was definitely, whatever was coming through was sounding very demonic. And obviously a place called Hell's Gate, like that's kind of what you assume. Right. But looking at that investigation, I'm going, you know what? I think that there's also spirits that can kind of disguise themselves being demonic, but do they really have that power? Like, and that's kind of how I felt, even though I was fearful in my last investigation, but once I left that place, it just completely was like off my shoulders. And I was really nervous that, it was going to follow me home. It didn't, thank God. But yeah, I don't know.
Jade, real quickly, I want to show the Hell's Gate video here in a moment. But does that happen, the entity that you were talking about there at your house and you had priests come in, is that related to the recent post of the coffee shop?
Yes.
Hold on, I gotta share this then because this image spooked me, and I'm gonna share it. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. That girl. Oh my gosh, that's spooky.
Yeah.
So that girl wasn't there in the picture.
No, she was there. So on my very first YouTube video, it's called I Summoned a Demon Chill. So it sounds pretty lighthearted, but it's actually a really intense story. And it was last year, the few months leading up to Halloween, when I'd done a Ouija board in my house and all hell kind of broke loose. This was in the time when I didn't know how to, I didn't really take the proper precautions that I should have and things like that. And it wasn't even really a thing. It wasn't supposed to happen, but we just done it. And then all this stuff started happening. And this was maybe, I can't remember if this was the next day or the day after, it explains in my video, but I went into the coffee shop that I go to every single day. And it was at nighttime. It was about 6 p.m. And I go in there and I see this woman just to the corner of my eye. And I turn around and she's like hunched over. You can see kind of the sense that she's hunched over and she's just staring at me. But even to this day, like I can't really remember like her facial features. I just remember her being very pale and her face very sunken in. And I was in there for about 10 minutes waiting on this coffee. And, I noticed that nobody else that was coming in was actually, acknowledging her, which was really weird to me. So she was hunched over and I didn't want to like look at her too much because I just got the weirdest vibe from her. I genuinely thought, I think that is a ghost, like that's very similar to kind of what I saw when I was younger. So I got my video camera out. So this is a still from me filming her because I wanted to see if she would appear on video when I got home.
Oh,
yeah. So, and she did. So
good idea.
then I started to get nervous and say, okay, she's shown up on video. Is this a missing person? I'm going to go back to the coffee shop tomorrow and ask the baristas if they noticed her, because the place was, you know, there was a few people in there, but it wasn't packed. And when I went in the next day, they said that they had no recollection of her being there. I showed them the video and they were freaked out. Like they never noticed her. So after that,
goosebumps on my arm right now. I'm not joking.
Yeah. So but what's really interesting in this picture is when I posted this picture on Instagram a couple of days ago, somebody pointed out, they said, oh, did she have like something, did she have somebody else with her or something sitting on the chair next to her? And I said, no, not to what I remember. But then I was kind of like, what's she talking about? But then I look in and on the chair to the right, there's something sitting on that chair.
Right there, that gray thing.
Yeah, but when you really zoom in, like I can do it, I'm not too sure how well you can do it, but on my phone, when you zoom in, it really does kind of look like a weird like morph face and even like little couple of like legs like dangling off the chair. I don't know. It's just that's
alien looking thing.
Yeah, like
its hands are what, like one arm looks like, is that like a table there's next to it? Looks like one arm is sitting on the table a little bit to me. Kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe like a demon dog or something. Right of it.
That's anyway, crazy. But look at her feet, like her legs. Like, is that two shoes on the floor? Like her legs are.
Yeah, it looks like her knees are together and her legs and her feet are right there together. It looks like she has like open toe shoes on or something.
Or I was thinking like Buster Brown's.
Yeah,
but she did not move.
Jade probably. Do you know what Buster Browns are, Jade?
No, I actually don't.
Will, do you know what Buster Browns are?
I'm 40 years old. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up some Buster Browns really quickly before we go to something even more spookier because I wore nothing but Buster Brown shoes, so I'm getting some flashback.
Yeah.
It could be an American thing as well, though. To be fair,
yes, that is an American thing. Yes, Jade, you are correct.
You're gonna understand once you see these. So hold on here. Let me share my screen again.
And it does look like it has four legs. That animal thing that's with there, whatever that thing is, that demon dog.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. Surely to goodness. Oh, I gotta take one down, so I'm gonna have to take the picture down. But here, we're going to look at some Buster Browns, but hold on. Here's the Buster.
Ugliest shoes ever.
Those black and white shoes. Yeah, like bowling shoes. Those are Buster Browns. That's what she looked like she was wearing, that lady.
Yeah, something
Maybe
like that.
Maybe she was planning on going bowling. Who knows? But yeah, just so that picture, you know, in that first video, in my first ever YouTube video, it's a good introduction. It's a really good video to watch for like start Ghost Club Paranormal, because I filmed and took videos of all the activity that was happening, you know, even the priest coming to the house. Like, so yeah, it's really interesting. It's real good evidence. Yeah.
That's on your YouTube too, right?
So you recorded the whole, like, basically blessing of the house as well, correct? You're saying?
So no, I was saying that it's just basically a video of him coming to the house, but I didn't.
Okay.
I ended up crying when he got here.
Yeah, no, listen, I understand.
Like, dude, like seriously, that morning when I woke up, I'm not a depressed person. I'm pretty like optimistic, upbeat all the time. And I just woke up and I was just like bawling, crying. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with me? There's no reason for this. And that's when I knew that I had an attachment. So that's when I called him round. But yeah.
So, and the attachment came from a Ouija board, correct? Is that what you feel?
Yeah. Secondhand.
But that didn't steer you away from using the Ouija board.
No, you caught me. No. Yeah, my last investigation at Hell's Gate. That was the second demonic one I've never they really like put that together. But the second kind of the spookiest one. So what happened was I never really used a Ouija board after that, and I never really had any plans of using that as a tool in my investigations again. But it kind of got to the point where I was just like, you know, I have investigated a couple of supposedly haunted places, and I get there and I really don't get much activity, and it's kind of like money wasted, time wasted, and you know, I want to put evidence out onto YouTube. Like I don't just want to put, you know, oh, I don't know, but you kind of get what I'm saying. So I just thought, you know what, I've used Ouija boards before in my lifetime, more when I was younger, like teenager, and I always got something coming through. Like a Ouija board has never failed me in the sense that there's always activity coming through for me. So I assumed, you know, like I was like, well, if I bring a Ouija board onto this investigation, surely something is going to ramp up the activity. And the second we done that Ouija board, it was like the gates had opened. The gates to hell had opened.
Yeah.
So much activity. Like it was just intense. It was crazy. It was a crazy night.
I think that the Ouija board, even the kids or young adults and things like that don't do paranormal stuff on the regular basis, I think the Ouija board is their go-to method.
Yeah.
You know, so possibly it's probably countless numbers of people at Hell's Gate that has brought Ouija boards in, and it was something that spirit was familiar with. And we're going to play this video here in a second, but we do have a really good question here about Ashley. She wants to ask, hi, Jade, do you ever have night tremors or bad dreams? And if so, does it happen when you're staying somewhere that's haunted?
So yeah, every now and then I'll have a nightmare, but I do often have premonition dreams as well, where I'll dream of, you know, like an event, a world event that will happen, and then it actually does happen afterwards. I'm not going to go as far as to saying that I'm like a full-blown psychic or anything like that. I'm definitely sensitive to the paranormal. I've just never explored it too much, you know, the whole psychic side of things. But I mean, as far as staying in the hotels and having nightmares, can I be honest with you? I don't really sleep. I really get to sleep.
Right there with you, girl.
But in the Glen Tavern Hotel investigation that's on my YouTube, when I did sleep, there was rumors that when you sleep in that room, you have these terrible nightmares. And I actually had really, really good dreams that night. So it all just depends. It really does.
Well, we keep. Oh, hold on, Will. Before
that's a good question. That's what I said. Yeah. No.
Oh, well, do you have any follow up or anything that you'd like to?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm super excited about this because Jade is with Glowing Ghost Paranormal Michael at Hell's Gate, and in this video, we're going to probably play a minute or two of this because it's really quite interesting because they do use an app, which Jade and I spoke before the show about apps, and you're all going to get our opinions probably after this. But this is a really good example of how an app can work and be positive for a paranormal investigation because of the synchronicity of things that happen. Believe me, please go to Ghost Club on YouTube and subscribe to watch the full video because you have to watch this whole thing from beginning to end to see everything. I'm just going to show you a little clip right now. So let me start this, and we're going to play through until the app actually says Jade's name. So it's creepy. Like I was like, woo! I played it back over and over again. I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then I made a comment. So here we go.
Whoa!
Did you hear that right away?
Yes.
Right up?
Yes. That was
the first thing that came through.
That was demonic sounding. So Michael just put on the Necrophonic app, and I don't usually use apps. The fact that the word die came through so strong, it's already made me like that is rather the biggest coincidence in the world, but I don't think so. Not in this case.
It's crazy. If I'm getting the same answers through like Spirit Dice and the app and the Spirit Box, then I'm like, okay, well maybe there is more credibility to it if all three of these are syncing up and saying the same things. And since it spelled out die multiple times, and when I turned on the app, the first thing it said was die.
Yeah.
That's weird. It said you. Wasn't it
I
spelling
heard-
out you to
yeah.
you when you were using it?
Yep.
Who is talking to us? I thought I heard fool. Are you evil?
Oh, I don't like that. I just... Oh, I'm just freaking out. Like, I've never felt like this, like, heavy in a very, very long time.
No, I have goosebumps. Can you say her name? Can you say Jade?
Oh
That was-
my god.
Hold on. I'm playing that back again. Listen to this.
Hold on. I'm going to go
Hold
be
on.
sick.
Hold on. Listen, this is how I reacted when I was watching this here at home, actually here at my desk. I was like, I got to hear that again. Liz, this is so creepy. It is so clear. And Jade, I love your name, but it's not a popular name.
No, it's not.
Right.
That
Not
pops
common.
up. So here, we're going to listen to it again. Oh my goodness, this is super creepy. Here we go.
Fool. Are you evil?
Oh, I don't like that. I just... Oh, I'm just freaking out. Like, I've never felt like this, like, heavy in a very, very long
No,
time.
I have goosebumps. Can you say her name? Can you say Jade?
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god.
It was like a long A too. It was like Jade. It wasn't like a short Jade. It was Jade.
Yeah.
And also that part where he asked if it was evil, and you hear like it sounded like to me like a bunch of demons like saying.
It sounded like it sounded like they were having a conversation or something.
Right.
Like, what are they
that's what it sounded. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just like I mean, what I was trying to like say before was the noisy, like when you said like, "Are you evil?" and it comes through, like it almost kind of sounds like you know the movie Signs when the aliens come through, like the walk
Right.
stuff. Like it's just so scary sounding that it's kind of like that's not, you know, was it just making those noises to really get us out of there? Like was it really a demon? Like I'm not gonna lie, like it was heavy, like it was intense. It still could possibly have been a demon trying to get in contact, but I can just let you know that whatever was wanted us to go, and I feel like it was just going to try anything to try and get us to go.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Do not do a Ouija board at Hell's Gates."
Yeah, no, I learned my lesson. I'll probably never return there, and I say probably because I also said I would never do a Ouija board again. So.
So let's bring up the topic of this app now. So
Yeah.
I know this is a point of contention for a lot of people, especially in the paranormal community.
Yeah.
And as far as investigators go and the tools that we use, you know, a lot of people are very negative on those things. And one thing I can say from personal experience, anytime that I've ever heard anybody using an app and they've actually gotten good evidence or decent evidence, it's been on that particular app. But what's your particular opinion on that, Jade?
So my opinion is honestly, I've never really tried to use any of those kind of apps before, except from one. It was like an SLS camera. And, you know, I posted something like that on my Instagram and I was just getting so many mixed reviews and everything. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like 100% believe in it. So that kind of put me off of them a little bit. And then I remember when I was in South Carolina, I was in this antique store and this woman was like, oh yeah, guy, like the owner, she was like, oh yeah, a guy shot himself right there. Like I got a priest in and he tells me that there's a demon here. I see him all the time. And she gets her app out and it's just like spewing out all these like random words. And, you know, she's picking one word out of 20 words. And it was just like, all right, okay. Like, but I will say that app, and you're right, because I've been watching a lot of that paranormal caught on camera and stuff like that as well recently. And there's been a few videos that they've been using that app, and they actually really do get some intelligent responses. That's what you're looking for, is when you ask a question, you want something to come through, and a specific question, not just say like, say hello, or say, you know, your name or something like that. But when you get intelligence responses like that through, the reason why I was so freaked out is when we done a Ouija, the spirit dice it kept on die. Every time I rolled it, not when I done it, it kept on saying die or go. So the second after we done that, we turned on that app, and the second we turned it said die. And it was just like, yeah.
Well, I want to tell you that your video of the app kind of confirmed something that happened to me a couple weeks ago. I was out, I call it, it looked like a Friday the 13th Jason cabin out in a holler of Kentucky. And it was great. And as soon as I turned my audio recorder on and I put my earbuds in, I hear, where is he or where is she? And I said, where is he? And I marked it because it's there. I have it on my SoundCloud. I may post it later so people can hear it. Well, the app said, where am I? After I said, where is he?
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, maybe these apps are a little bit, they're working a little bit. And then you put your all's video out and I saw that and I'm like, maybe I should go towards an app a little bit and see what happens.
But it's something. Go ahead, Jade. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say there is, the skeptics out there that say it's just recording what you're saying and playing it back to you. So that would make sense in your case. And that would make sense in my case because he says, say Jade, and then it comes back and says Jade. You know what I mean? But we actually looked into it and they aren't allowed access to your microphone. So if that's actually true, then it shouldn't be recording what you're saying. And if it's true, then that's a lawsuit on their hands. But
right, yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
yeah. What I was gonna say is just I've always seen people be like really poo poo on the whole app thing, but for some reason, the necrophonic app, for some reason, that thing, it seems to really pick up certain things. Like I've seen people get really good evidence on that, so I can't sit there and debunk that for some reason. It's works. I really do believe that.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning to more. Again, like I kind of say about some other apps are a little phony, but that one, like it's $10 from the App Store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that's the cheapest piece of equipment I've ever bought anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, just think of the power, the K2, the power that is behind a phone that can make a K2 meter go off 20 feet, because I did a study on that, 20 feet away from a K2 meter. Now, if it's getting that power, enough power in a phone to make that go off 20 feet away, the iPhone 10 is what I did it on, then imagine all the stuff that might be sucked into this that could be pulling it to produce a word or response to you. It's just like even like a radio. It's a modern day radio, like a spirit box.
Right.
But you know what? Like you're so right in that fact that I do believe this manipulate phones. Because as I was saying earlier, last year when I was having this activity happen, on the Ouija board, I remember specifically, I knew something dark was coming through. I didn't want to use the word evil. So I used the word bad. So I kept on saying like, are you bad? Like, and this kind of stuff. And then, when I'm talking to my friend, I'm saying, I think we're getting like a bad spirit coming through. And then that night when I went to bed, I didn't even have Siri on my phone. I do now, but I didn't have it on my phone then. And it was like, just as I was going to bed, I turn the light off, I get cozy under my blanket, I turn around, and then all of a sudden my phone just goes, show me the bad. And it like says that out loud. I freak out. I look at my phone and it just says showing results for the bads. And it's got like a bunch of like, I don't know, it's just like movies, like Bad Santa and stuff like that. And I was like, no way. So like, I know for a fact that they can manipulate electronics. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. 110% believe that. Most definitely. Will, do you have anything to follow up? Because we do have a good question. I'm going to try that off. That was bothering me.
Yeah, no, go to the question.
It's a woman's question since it's ladies' night. Hold on, where did she go? Yeah, where did she go now? Where did the question go? Because I was like,
oh, I see it. You want to read it for you?
Hold on. The women, go ahead and start reading it. It says Jade can start answering, and I can bring it up. Okay,
so this is from Sherry Willman, and she asks, "Why do people run when they do respond to them?"
No,
not that one.
No, but go ahead and ask that one. Let me find the other one. Okay.
Why do people run
go.
when they hear stuff? When they're asking to be
found
heard, when they're asking for responses, why do people run? Is that just a natural instinct?
I don't know why people run. I don't run. So, and I'm talking about just from a fitness standpoint. So I would walk or, so we were talking about this a little bit, but that was the most I'm usually really calm and collected through my investigation. But something was attached to me right then, or trying to attach itself to me, and I don't know why I was freaking out that much. I didn't run away. It did keep on saying go multiple times, and we probably stayed 5 minutes after that. Then we heard a bunch of coyotes that was coming for us. That's when we were like,
let's go. Yeah, now's the time. Yeah, that's the time. But Emily, I see the other question you were talking about, and it was a lady's question, and that's from Christine Thompson. And she asked, do ladies feel more targeted than guys at certain spots when you're doing investigations? It's a good question.
I say yes.
I say it goes two ways depending on who the spirit is. If it was, that they say a lot of spirits of prostitutes are more kind of they target guys a little bit more. So it can be ways. A mid answer. Sorry, that wasn't a good answer.
No, that was a great answer. I get that too. I don't know, just the places I've been and investigated, and I don't know if it's just a female thing and I'm a water sign, makes me feel that I am more open than men are when they go to these places, because I hear a lot of things that guys don't hear or can't pick up on. And then later on, we'll go through evidence and that was there. We hear it now, stuff like that.
As I said, for the
I go to prisons. I go to a lot of prisons and stuff. So, or where, I don't know, maybe I'm drawn to those where men are more dominant or may feel like they need to get a woman's attention. I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a woman is going to get targeted more at prison than a guy would,
Yeah.
And to an old brothel, then he's going to get targeted more. Yeah.
I need to go to a brothel. That's it.
That's the sentence of the night. I need to go to a brothel.
Yeah. I'm going to go to
ladies
brothel.
and gentlemen, good night. I'm going to the brothel. Oh my gosh.
Let's see here. I thought she had a follow-up question. I don't see it now. So, but anyway, thank you everybody for watching this evening. The show's not over. We still got several more minutes, but please share this video and please support Jade. I'm putting her up again, her website or her Patreon account back up on the screen. And she's also on Instagram, pretty prominent on Instagram. That's where I found you and saw the first video of you putting out how you got into it and everything. And you do a tremendous job putting the videos together. You don't give yourself enough credit. So
thank you. Yeah, I feel
definitely
like a little lady when it comes to YouTube. But it's building up slowly, surely. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into the investigations. But over on my Instagram, I do post at least once a day.
Yes.
Good.
And all your posts are awesome and amazing too, and is always very interesting. And obviously too, the countdown for the Hell's Gate, I was all about that. So
I'm definitely going to start doing that instead of, because usually what I do once I edit a video is I edit it for 8 hours straight, and then or even sometimes 16 hours depending on the video, and then I just upload it because I get too excited and I'm like,
no.
No.
Yeah. Posters regret. Posters regret. I get it.
Yeah, so I just have to chill with it. I need to slow down a little bit and kind of post a preview if you want to watch it. Then it's up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jay, do you have any siblings or brothers or sisters or anything that do this too, or what do they feel about you doing all this paranormal investigation stuff?
My family's pretty split. So I have full blood sister. She's a nurse. She has a family. She's very like, like not into the paranormal or anything like that. And then my full blood brother is actually like my spooky best friend. He usually comes over to California. He lives in England. He usually comes over to California every single October, and we've been doing this for years. And I usually take the month off of work. This is before Ghost Club. Take the and we just do haunts, spooky stuff. He's
Nice.
he's in a horror and all that kind of stuff as well.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
I don't think that he'd actually go on a paranormal investigation, but oh god, actually, now you're giving me ideas. Maybe bring him along on back to Hell's Gate.
There you go. Or take her to the Winchester house. You're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go to some mansion.
Wait till the East Coast comes out to the West Coast, and then we'll take him. We'll blindfold him. It's a surprise. He'll never know.
Lord, yeah.
He'll never know where he's going. Listen, I think all the ladies, really, and this was not planned out whatsoever. I was looking to all of them are in California.
A lot of them are, yeah.
Every one of them.
Really?
This month,
really?
in California.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everyone is in California. I'm like, gosh, I did not plan that whatsoever. Like, I knew the people that I have watched over the last year or two. I'm like, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her. And then I started putting everything together. I'm like, California, that's another sign for me. Synchronicity.
There you go. Synchronicity.
Time to go to the West Coast.
Hey, Jade, one recommendation since you're out there in LA. I don't know if you know the spot or not, but the Comedy Store out there in LA. If you've not heard of it, it's a comedy club, but it's been around since the 1920s.
What's it called?
The Comedy Store.
I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, it's a comedy club in LA, and it's been around since the 20s. But anyways, it used to be owned by a gangster in the 40s. So
Al Capone? Oh, that's the 40s. Never mind.
Not Capone. It was another one like that you would know. I think Dillinger, one of those guys. Anyways, so a lot of people were snubbed out or killed, and as they say in the mafia world, in that particular club. So over years, there's been comedians that have gone in and out of that place, and they've said that place is completely haunted. So I don't know if you could ever get access to a place like that, but the Comedy Store in LA, definitely check it out.
Is it quite? Do you know? Is it quite like a small place?
Yes, it is. Very small place.
I've been there. Yeah, I think I've been.
I want to break it. Hold on, I'm going to try to make this bigger, but
I actually went there for a comedy show, though, not for like an investigation. But the place
is that it?
That looks like a more updated version of it, but
yeah, it's
I don't
updated.
think. Yeah, okay, so that looks like the place where I went, but they didn't have the patio when I went.
Right.
It was.
That's the inside. That's the inside. That's spooky. There's a guy over there on the left. Sorry, I saw something. There's a
story about Sam Kinison, the comedian, that he was in there one night with a friend of his, and they ended up sleeping there on the floor because it was just one of those places that at that time it wasn't very popular. There wasn't a lot of traffic, so they just decided, okay, I'm going to do my set and then I'm just going to sleep on the floor. Well, anyways, his friend woke up in the middle of the night at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and he said there was like band music playing like at the top of the volume level as possible, and Sam Kinison was upside down, like just twirling like this.
What?
Yeah. And all of a sudden it just came crashing down. So yeah, that's a really popular story, and a lot of people say they see people and shadow figures in that place. Been a bunch of people, I'm sure, that got killed in there. So, but yeah, that's a place you should definitely check out.
Wow. Yeah, no, like
the comedy store, not so fearsome despite being haunted by tragedy in LA.
There you go.
That's it. I guess it's updated now.
Mm-hmm.
The older version looked kind of bad or whatever. But,
yeah, last time I went there October 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. It was the chick from Bob's Burgers. I went to go see her from like Last Man on Earth and stuff.
Okay, yeah. I think I know you're talking about.
But tiny place, really small.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks small.
Yeah, it was owned by some gangster
awesome
in the 40s. Yeah, check that out if you can. If you could ever get back in there.
Definitely.
And if you go back in there, just ask for Al Capone anyway. Al Capone gets around. Like, I picked up on Al Capone Ironton, Ohio. And I kept saying I get an Al name, or I was like, Alan, Al, like that. And they're like, it's Al Capone. I said, something happened in the back way here. And, I was talking about somebody got beat up and things. And they're like, it's Al Capone. And they showed me pictures of him. And he had a guy beat up back there in the 1920s, 30s. And I'm like, this is Ohio. Al Capone's usually in Florida or Chicago. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why is Al Capone in, he's everywhere.
He had hideouts everywhere. He had hideouts everywhere, all across.
So if you go there, Jade, if you don't mind, you might not get an answer or not, but just say, is Al Capone here? Emily wants to know.
Al Capone, you here with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
He gets around. So super, super crazy. But we do have a show after our show tonight. So we have about 2 minutes left. And Jade, I just want to say thank you. It's been a true pleasure meeting you and coming on. Everybody, please, I put her link of our YouTube page. I'll put it back up here again here shortly. To subscribe to her YouTube. She's going to have amazing more videos coming out. I believe it with 110% of my heart. And also back up on the screen is her Patreon account. Please join her and be a patron to her account. She's going to have a lot of extra things that go on. I do believe that you attract ghosts and spirits.
Yes.
A way. It's kind of there's a lot of static electricity there. So they I don't know if you've ever felt volted or not in an investigation, but it kind of like comes in and they're like boom, 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 and then it goes out. So and you are crafted and gifted in catching the boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. So
that's another reason why I started this in general. I was like, if anyone's going to capture anything, I know I am.
Yes.
There you go.
I believe it. 110%. I said that several times today. 110%. I believe that. Why have I said that?
That means you really believe that. You really believe
that.
Yeah. Anyway, next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here live on Paranormal House. We're going to have Tammy from Holly Weird Paranormal on all this creepy Hollywood stuff. She may know about the comedy place too, Will. So
I'm sure she does.
You two need to go. You two need to go to do the comedy stuff. That would be fun.
We in contact quite often. So
y'all need to do that. That would be great. Actually, I would be so about that. So anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please, patreon.com/Ghost Club Paranormal. Put Jade's link up for YouTube too here in the chat. I'll put it up again. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please share the video. Helps us, helps Paranormal Warehouse, helps our guest Jade. And we'll see you all next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Tammy from Holly Weird Paranormal. Thank you everybody for staying online. And Andrew, the tarot card reader, he's awesome too.
Yes,
he's really great. He's on after us. Everybody stay on Paranormal Warehouse and